Just one moment, everyone. Let me get things set up so everything sounds nice and good. Switching to the stream shortly until I get everything else set up. Okay, that should have been decent. Alright. Hello, my gold viewers. Sorry for the lack of streams lately. Hope you're all having a great time. I am intensely sorry for the last... It's been hectic for me. It has just been outright hectic. It's been... I'll be honest with y'all, and I'm going to be brutally fair. Motivation has not been the best, but it's just made things a tiny bit harder in some aspects. And I just wanted to apologize to all of you for the lack of streams lately. And I also wanted to hopefully announce that the Discord server will be up and running soon, because you guys will be seeing it any day now. Like you will see either a video or something about it any day now. So I just wanted to give y'all a heads up on that, and I just wanted to apologize, and it's just been hard on me, and I severely wanted to just apologize to y'all. But last time we did some grinding. We're still grinding, but I did get a little something. Da 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 da. I was able to get the suit a little bit after the stream. I stayed up a little bit more just to get a little bit more points. It wasn't going to be more than long enough for me to get more of the credits I needed, but now I can switch to this suit when I want to. I'm not going to right now, but now that I have it, I can switch it to this at a point where I feel more comfortable. But yeah, we're going to be grinding a little bit more because I want to get Iron Man up this episode, because I got Hulk a tiny bit more up. Let me just yeah, I can't show. So Iron Man and Hulk are the ones who Iron Man is the one who sorely needs to be brought up a peg. If I'm gonna be brutally honest, he severely needs it right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do the Desert Bolt for Kamala. We're going to go to the Pacific Northwest, and we're going to do one of these. Since this one has already been unlocked due to me accidentally doing it another time, we're going to be going through here. So, I hope all of you have been having a good day. I hope you all are doing decent at the moment. Now, I'm just going to turn off matchmaking. I'm going to switch hero, because as you can see, Iron Man's at 27. Hulk has been upped a tiny bit more, but the only one who really needs to be brought up severely right now is Tony. Now, Kamala, I think I'll up her to a power 40, but right now, Tony is the one who needs this upgrade right now, like so dang bad. And I'm not a good Tony main. I'm good with Kamala. I'm good with Spidey. I'm good with Hawkeye. I'm good with Panther. Tony is the one I have a genuine issue with sometimes. Why? I don't know, but I do. So, we're going to do a vault. We're going to have some fun. And then, we're going to do some more stuff. Oh, corrupted vibranium. Oh my. Okay, the corrupted vibranium event is active. Okay. Aye, aye, Jarvis. You be my eyes in the sky. We can hit them down and hit them high. Okay. But yeah, we are... What we're essentially doing right now... Oh, and I just realized... That'll probably make the audio a tiny bit more cleaner. I am Iron Man. Take my picture. It'll last longer. Okay. Okay, so what... Okay, so I'm going to see what I can get for Tony right now. Because Tony needs a severe one. Thruster, uppercut. Okay, that's a good one. Ooh, what about this one? Laser strike. Okay, that one's decent. Okay, okay, okay. What about the rockets? Rocket strike. Okay, that would definitely be useful. Let's see about melee real quick. Power dive. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Get the dive amplifier. The dive will definitely help with so basically when I had my other character on my the other version on my PS4, I used this a lot on Iron Man to gain some ground for Kamala. Because Kamala, when there's a little bit of an extra, either Hulk or Kamala is really good at staggering, but when they're staggered, there's a higher chance of knocking them off their feet. If they're knocked off their feet, there's a higher chance of doing 12% more damage. Okay, so intrinsic burst. Okay, let's see about this one. Faultless. Oh, that gives a heroic charge, but that gives intrinsic, which is health. Okay, I'll bring that up. I can always work on the heroic charge later. Okay, proficient spark. But that doesn't have the plasma damage. But that has heroic charge burst. Okay, I'll do that one. That'll at least give Tony a little bit more. And let's see about this. And agile stun payload. Okay, that makes it to where I'm able to take a little bit more every time I stun an enemy. Iron Man's good for stunning, don't get me wrong. Especially when I do it right. So I'll use that. What about this 26? No. Okay, so now I have Iron Man up to level 30. Which is better than nothing. Now, let's see about this. Northern Star Conquest. I'll keep that one for Tony. Okay, so I'm going to keep this one on. Because with this, I'll be able to get better gear for Iron Man a lot faster. A lot faster. But at the very least, I got him a tiny bit more powered up for this. Okay, let me just get used to the HUD again. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See what I mean? It helps big time with staggering. Oh, you are a little monkey butt. Oh, teamwork. Good job. Good job, Hulk. That helped me big. We hit him. We hit that bot hard and fast. That did not stand a chance. I really need to up the defense on Tony. I'm going to be honest. Tony needs a lot more defense. One, two, buckle my shoe. You are a monkey. I mean, look at you. You're made of metal. I mean, I'm not one to talk, but at least I am a man. And you are just a child. How he fell the moment he just boink. Okay, that's it. You are getting concussion, young man. Woo! Ow! Hey, I would like to complain to you. Yeah, you come right here and you get the beatdown you need. Thank you, Kamala. That was really helpful. There goes one of the payloads. Yeah, no, you're not gonna do that again on my watch. Come on. Oh, not today. Yeah, I'm not getting stunned today. Thank you very much. Mine. All right. Doing good, doing good, doing good. Ooh, let's see what that one gives me. Scrap. Let's check everything else. Let's get rid of this first layer so I have a little bit more room for stuff. Okay, that should do for now. Come on, giddies. Woo! At least now it's Tony, I can move a little bit quicker. You know what I need? I need to go to skills. And I need to go to specialty. Flight mastery. Afterburner. Okay? The afterburner is something I really need because that can help me speed things up. But I can also switch it to air superiority or this anytime. But I definitely need to use the afterburner because that's going to help me a lot when it comes to grinding. So, how much am I going to need for that? Dang it. Let's see how much I'm going to need for that. Level 15. Okay, I need to be level 15 for that. That's understandable. That's fair. Alright. Hello, Daniel. Jeez, bub, you're back already. I tried to. I tried to do it last week. Just a lot of things at once. Hello, friends. I've come to give you concussions. Life's just been hitting me a little hard lately, and my friends and family. It's just trying to get through as best I can. A few other things that came up that I'm not going to mention because no one's going to want to hear someone rant about how hard their life's being. They come for fun. And I'm here for fun. You don't get to tell me what to do. If I want to stay past 12, I'm going to stay past 12. He got an aftershock. Okay. But yeah, Daniel, how have you been lately? How have you been today? And I hope this stream at least brings a smile to that face. Let's see. That's bad. That's bad. Damn, these are all bad. I mean, look at that. 5 and 4? Heck no. Immediate junk. I'm good. That's good to hear. Oh, that's good for when... Okay, so when Tony has to deal with a gamma enemy, specifically one on Hulk's missions, I'm going to switch it to that one. Because that way it does me a little bit good, and he doesn't get that much beaten out of him because Abomination came over and smacked him. I've been gushing over the new Hololive talents. Oh, I'm not into Hololive that much, if I'm going to be brutally honest. But I know it's very impressive. Especially the ones with, what's the name? Hatsune Miku, I want to say that right. Okay, sorry I gave some feedback. I'll stick it to my small little corner. Jeez, I opened my mouth for 1 second and then I get shot in the back with a rocket. See that? That is a man who just had his spine blasted. You've been hulked. Oh, Hatsune Miku's vocal. Okay, never mind. I could have sworn the Hololive stuff and Hatsune Miku were intertwined. My bad. James, I told you not to go into the McDonald's. Now look at you. You're quarantined. This is why I told you not to go in McDonald's at this point. You are allergic and you make a horrible excrement. You need to stop doing that. I'll let you out just because I care about you, but I'm not doing this again. If I find out you're going to McDonald's again, you're on your own. One of their talents is Mori Corporate that did the cover song for Self-Deletion Squad Isekai. I know at least the word Isekai because my brother. I at least know that. And it's pretty cool that someone did a cover like that. Bring it on, scrap boys! Bring it on, and on, bring it on. Woo! Oh, this is why I love having my heroes set up to the point to where they can just drop heroic orbs, because once they do, whoo, they drop many, and I love it. I mean, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroic orbs, and not I can use one. I love having my heroes drop heroic orbs. It makes them so more powerful. It's why I let Kamala be the... You have Hulkbuster! Who are you gonna call? I have seen it, and I am hyped for it, Daniel. Next thing I'm getting for Hulkbuster is the Mango Missile. Go to sleep, 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 go to sleep. If you're happy and you know it, stomp around. If you're happy and you know it, stomp around. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp around. If you're happy and you know it, stomp around. If you're happy and you know it, stomp around. Oh, if you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp around. Woo! Hold up. Okay, I was about to say, why is Hulkbuster still active? He should have depowered by now. Excuse me, did I get a glitch? Ryan Reynolds uploaded his own channel with the title Best Bubs. Yeah, let's be fair. That's something Deadpool would say. Let's be fair. That's something Deadpool would definitely say just to make Wolverine angry. I love that Hugh Jackman came back for this. I really loved the Hugh Jackman X-Men movies. Don't get me wrong, okay? They could have been a little bit more nicer with the source material. Like, they really could have been nicer with it and been a little bit more faithful. But I think Hugh Jackman himself is happy to play a more comic accurate style form of Wolverine. Because I think for him, I think he was annoyed personally. I think he was annoyed that he had to play Wolverine in that way, to where he couldn't like yes, it was his Wolverine, but I think deep down he was a little bit annoyed that it wasn't the actual source material, or that they weren't allowed to read the dang books, which makes it even more stupid. Like, okay, so I'm trying to be a voice actor, right? I'm trying to be. The one thing you have to do for acting, period, is understand the character and their motivations. And if it's a pre-existing character like in comics, you have to have the frickin' source material to base off of. Otherwise, you're gonna just annoy a bunch of people. And once again, don't get me wrong, I love the Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Like, he fits him so well. It's uncanny. But I just think the way how the director went about it was a little stupid. And I think they would have gotten a lot more. Chimera down. I'm getting a lot more things now. Ooh, yellow crystal. That one's bad. That one's bad. That one's bad. Using Scott Lang's giant size. Yeah. I mean, what do you expect from Xavier's psychopathic sister? Like, just like, what do you expect? Like, she's the kind of woman from the comic. Like, good lord, she ripped Wolverine so, like, she made what she did to Wolverine in the comics makes Magneto ripping the adamantium out of him look like child's play. That woman, Xavier was right to try and take her out when they were in the womb. Because that woman is a psychopath. Ooh, that has more. But that doesn't more for my heroic. Ooh. Decisions. Besides, I love the idea of Deadpool going up against the TVA. Because the TVA needs to be punched a few times if I'm going to be ever so bold. Because if I'm going to be brutally honest, the TVA, trying to protect the sacred timeline, I think it's causing more damage than good. I think what they're doing is essentially trying to pressure everything, and it's going to pop. Multiverses are meant to spread out. Okay? Does that make sense? They're not supposed to be contained. They're not supposed to be just restricted and regulated. It's a powder keg ready to pop. And the TVA are filling it up ever more. I haven't seen anything on Marvel trying to make Hugh Jackman look shorter. Ryan, yeah, honestly, that may be for the best. Because if they bring Wolverine into the MCU that's different than Hugh Jackman, that gives them the ability to make it how they see fit. This is how I see it. Okay, if they bring Hugh Jackman into the MCU, that Wolverine, then they're gonna have to try and find a way to bring the X-Men into the universe, all of the X-Men, because it's not just gonna have to be Cyclops, Storm, Rogue, Jubilee, Hank. They're gonna have to find a way to, if they bring Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, they'll have to try and find a way to bring that whole version of Wolverine's universe back. And from the trailer, looks like those X-Men are long dead, and Wolverine's the only one left. So this is how I see it, okay? This is how I predict it's going to happen. Wolverine and the others, or some other universe, is going to be merged into the MCU, okay? But it's not going to be the Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't think they're going to add it in. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but if I'm thinking about this right, and this is me from a story standpoint, and knowing the MCU, they're going to want full control of how their story goes. So I think what they're going to do is they're basically going to have Deadpool open the floodgates, and basically a bunch of anomalies that were supposed to be integrated. Freaking Tyler Mane is back in Sabretooth. Yeah, I saw that. And let's be fair, he's a good Sabretooth. He's not the best, but he's a good one. Like, he is a good choice. And I honestly think that if they have Deadpool basically open the floodgates, the MCU will have free reign to be able to be a little bit more unrestrictive. He looks the part. Yes, he does. He definitely looks the part. I'm sorry. Were you hoping for a confession? Got him. Now, you let me open his chest. Alright. Glad we have understanding. Okay, let's see about this one. Yeah, that one's going immediately. Okay, let's check the... Oh! Oh! Look at that boost for my dang heroic. 38. Oh my. That's a good one. Okay, I'm keeping that one. That one can be taken now. Because I am keeping that one. And that's going to be especially... I think that's going to especially be powerful when I use my Hulkbuster. The trailer on the Marvel Entertainment Channel is had nice. Lol. And I think that's definitely just Deadpool pulling off his, fourth wall breaking magic. Which you gotta admit, it's fun. Oh! You bad drone! I'm just gonna break your legs! Ow! Hulk, I got him. Another one bites the dust. Do. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. I hope I don't get copyrighted for just singing that without the music. I really hope I don't. Okay. Did everyone pack their stuff? Good. Let's go to the daycare, kids. I want to avoid using Hulkbuster as best I can right now. I want to save him until we get to the vault. Because once I get to the vault, then I can use Hulkbuster a lot more. No, you don't. Now, as for you, you little sniper boy, you and I are going to have a few words. I don't think they would, but I'm not holding my breath. I know, but I'm trying to think from a, logical standpoint from the movies. Because when you make a movie, okay, you have to make sure, let alone when you do anything with a movie, okay? You have to make sure you get everything into consideration and how you can make the story as best you can while also having the most flexibility with the story. And this goes with anything, even making comics or anything like that. You have to be flexible. You have to think ahead of how you can make this work, how you can make this go around, and how you can make it to the point to where you can easily, and I mean easily, make it to where you have a lot more enjoyable content. Because I think the MCU is starting to listen to us a little bit more. I think. Because with how they're making, the TVA, how they're doing all that, I think when Secret Wars comes around, it's gonna be when that powder keg blows up, and we have a load of surprise characters we weren't expecting. Because this is how I see it, okay? Once Secret Wars hits, we are going to see an introduction of so many Marvel characters lovable Marvel characters, and probably from IPs we know about, Iron Man will probably come back because Secret Wars is probably supposed to be this multiversal thing. When Secret Wars hits, I guarantee you it's going to be when the powder keg goes off and the TVA is either destroyed, Kang comes around causing trouble, or something happens that makes it to where an influx of universes are converging. Because if I were writing the story, and if I really wanted to make a story for Secret Wars, that is what I would do. I would have it to where the entirety of the whole thing before that is basically basically a multiversal powder keg, so I could bring back a ton of characters without having to ruin the mainline story of my own story. Captain America: Brave New World report. Oh, Lord of mercy. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Okay. Since I did one of the missions, I can do this. Alright. So, with this, and I'm going to show y'all real quick. Cosmic infused isotopes. Okay? These small little blue boxes, okay, they are almost a guaranteed goodie bag. The movie is gonna fail. Yeah. If it's gonna be like that, if they do it like that, if they make it stupid again, if they make it stupid, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's going to flop so hard, it won't be funny. It's gonna be downright sad if it does. I'm not gonna cut my losses, because here's the thing, okay? If you make a bad movie, then odds are, when you make a good one, you're going to ramp up how people see things, okay? I'm not going to cut my losses because I want to have faith that someone's going to be able to bring a brain cell to the party. But I honestly believe once things starts picking up, people are going to get so hyped for Secret Wars, it's going to be unreal. They're still moving forward with Snow White. Oh, Lord of mercy, they are? I thought they learned... How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? I love the young people. Good Lord, Disney. If they do... Okay. If they go through with Snow White and they do it right, I will consider watching it if the trailer proves that it's doing it somewhat respectively. I am holding my breath, but at the same time, Disney, for the love of God, focus on... Stop focusing on live action remakes, please. Please, stop. How about stretchy wrists? I mean, we can't say Elastigirl because that's copyrighted. That is heavily copyrighted. Let's be fair. Tony would definitely nickname Kamala Elastigirl. Let's be honest. Let's be brutally honest. Tony would definitely nickname Kamala Elastigirl. Alright, so let's see which numbers are where this time. So we have 1, 3, 4. So 2 and 5 are on the other side. Okay. Please stand by. Not being attacked. Okay. 2 is over there. I can't stand Rachel Ziegler. I honestly don't blame you. Everyone has a right to dislike a certain actress or actor. And if I'll be honest with you, I'm just honestly, this is how I see it, okay? And this is just my personal opinion. If you make a remake of something or a live action version of it, the best thing to do is make it as credible, as close to the source material as you can. Because if you don't, you're disrespecting the legacy of it. It's good to try and make something unique out of it and retell a story. But if you change it to the point it's not that... Okay, let me say it like this, okay? Let's say I wanted to make a live action remake of, I don't know, Rapunzel. Okay? Okay? But let's say I change Rapunzel's hair to, I say, black. Okay? She gets black hair, and I don't put her in a tower, and I make it to where that she basically breaks herself out and goes completely on a rampage and takes over a kingdom. It's not Rapunzel. Like, if you want a self-made story, then yeah, you can work with that, but it's not going to be Rapunzel if it's a live-action remake. You have to be respectful for the source material as best as possible. It's good to be unique, but you can't change so much and expect people to say that, oh, this is Rapunzel or this is so-and-so. Like, that's exactly how I see it. Like, if you want to make a movie, don't use a previous established character's name just to get people to watch it. Yeah. Like, if you are using names of famous characters, okay? Yeah, I could definitely see that one doing really well to play Rapunzel. I can definitely see that. If I'm gonna be honest, I think that's perfect. But it's just like, if you honestly can't get a movie out without having to use a name, and this goes for shows too, Velma, then you don't deserve to have that movie connected to that IP. Because if it's like, okay, let's put this in example. When Disney made the Rapunzel movie, okay, it wasn't exactly like the source material. Because I know someone's gonna bring that up, but Rapunzel wasn't the same. No, it wasn't. It made its own story. But at the same time, it respected the source material enough to where it wasn't just like, this ain't Rapunzel, this was never Rapunzel, and this isn't the same Rapunzel you know. It still became its own entity, but it didn't have to rely on the name Rapunzel to make the movie with having nothing to do about Rapunzel. Yeah, Disney made it work, exactly. And if you change too much stuff, like the Little Mermaid remake, you're gonna piss off too many people. And this is another thing I want to get at, okay? Because I know someone's gonna say, "Oh, you have a problem with black characters." I don't. I love black characters. I love when they're done right. I love when they're not having to use a name to make them a previous established name to make them famous. A good point. Velma. Velma used the name of Velma, the IP of Scooby-Doo, to crap on the entire franchise, and then proceeded to make everything like it was a golden gem. And what made it worse about Velma, and this is my own opinion of it, is that it was a self-insert, basically. Like, when you look at the creator of Velma, and you look at Velma the character in the show, they look almost identical. Like, practically identical, only that she has an orange shirt, red skirt, and her name is Velma. That's the only difference between her and the director. Names being connected to IP does not initiate a good movie or a good show. If you make it all about how the show is not like the show, okay, it's not gonna work. And the same goes for live action remakes too. Like, for example, Tom Holland's and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man had a lot of pressure because of what came before, specifically with Tobey Maguire, because they were trying to live up to the legacy that version of Spider-Man lived up to, because everyone knew about the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man when those guys came around. And the one thing they had to work on was trying to differentiate themselves while also being respectful to the character. That is respectful to the character's name. That is being respectful for the IP. Now, let's say you make something like Vilma, and you make constant jokes that the fandom has either made for years, but twist it in a way to where it's not right. Then you have a problem. It makes things harder. It really does. And it doesn't make people like the IP. It makes people despise it. Sam Wilson, T'Challa, Black Manta, Jon Stewart, Static. Exactly. Perfect names of black characters who are done right. Static Shock. Good lord, that show was above its time. It was way beyond its time when Static Shock came around. And let's not forget Storm. Let's not forget Storm. Storm is one of the best characters in Marvel because she is so OP it is unreal. And there's a ton more too. Nick Fury. Both versions of Nick Fury. And I'm talking both the white version, the Avengers Mightiest Heroes version, and Samuel L. Jackson's version. And let's not even forget, like, Mace Windu. All the characters Samuel L. Jackson has played. Like, if you do a character right, black or not, they are good characters. And you can make good black characters, but also having to where they are their own characters without having to worry about, oh, I need to make this character more relatable. I'm going to have them connected to a name. And the best example of it is Miles frickin' Morales. When Miles first came out as Spider-Man, everyone thought he was a copycat. Heck, even his own universe thought he was a copycat. But he became his own character, his own lovable character. And that's what makes it so hard for some people to understand nowadays. You can write a black character, but you have to be respectful to who they are, not have them riding the coattails. They can be in the same name, like Miles Morales, but you make them unique to the point to where they have their own story and their own character, and not have to worry about saying, oh, it's just Spider-Man but black. Then you can get something done. You make a character relatable, you make a character lovable, you make a character understandable. You can make any character like this if you do it right. But some people nowadays don't understand that. It's why people love Spider-Man so much, specifically Peter Parker's Spider-Man, because he is relatable on a very personal level. That is what Stan Lee was going for. A relatable superhero. Someone who has problems. Someone who's going through crap. Same way with Iron Man. He's an alcoholic. Amanda Waller, Frozone, Cyborg. Booyah! Like, it's just, you do the characters right. You can make anyone a good character. But you make it all about trying to respect the trend or a certain group. You're just going to make people mad. You make good characters, you don't have to worry. Because at that point, you are legit making characters that people want to see and read about. But if you do it wrong, and you make it about something that isn't about you, the character, or put them in a situation that isn't about them, I mean, yeah, there's going to be critics on how people view these characters anyway, because not every comic is good. It's all about the writer. But at the same time, it's just like, you have to be respectful to source material. You have to be creative enough not to just copy and paste a hero. Heck, Michael, Lane, Azrael. Exactly. And many, many more. And people, and I love hearing this argument, okay? I love hearing it. There are not enough black characters. You're right. But are there black characters? Yes. Are there very famous black characters? Yes. Are there a lot more white characters? Yes. But at the same time, you have to understand. When there's a lot of white heroes and black heroes, I mean, heck, take a look at Luke Cage, okay? The man is legit invulnerable. He is the definition of you screw around the hood, you're going to get kicked. Like, you don't mess with Luke Cage. You don't mess with the Power Man. You just don't. And the same goes for every other character who's ever been. But people keep complaining there's no black characters that are worth anything. And yet they keep forgetting about the ones that are around. Should there be a little bit more exclusivity? Maybe. There should be a lot more diversity in superheroes, I will admit. But at the same time, don't just push aside the heroes and the people and characters you already have. Don't just try and color wash something just because you want to have something that's your own. It's disrespectful to you, and it makes you look like a sad sack. Because if you can't make your own character, like if you can't make your own character, thank you, Jarvis. Thank you, Jarvis. Thank you, Jarvis. Can I speak now? Thank you. If you can't make your own character and not have to completely just rework something that's already existing just to make your character seem important, you're not doing the character justice. And you're making yourself look like an utter fool because you are so dead set on trying to get with a certain crowd, and then you are shocked when you find out that it's not going your way. Like, it's not right. And I could go on on how some people need to just stop making certain IPs, but at the same time, we love seeing those IPs. We just hate seeing them tired out and rinsed and washed all the time. That's the plan, Jarvis. That's the plan. Okay, so I need to do Tony a tiny bit more. I need to get him up to at least 40 power. And I need to start working on Kamala next, because once I start working on Kamala, I'm gonna work on Hulk last, and then I'm gonna do the main mission, because I need Hulk and Kamala at least. I need to bring up at least 40, because I'm gonna be honest, Kamala needs to be a little bit stronger. And I really need to bring up Iron Man's defense, because his defense is so bad. One, two, do, 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 bam, 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 ba, da, ba, da, ba, ba. What goes out must go down, and you're gonna be burnt to town. Woo woo! Come on! Give me a reason to use my knuckles. I did it! I love the slow clap. I love the slow clap. I'm sorry, did you just try to give the Hulk the cold shoulder? That's my job. My job, I say! I guess it'll be a while before you find Thorn. It's gonna be a bit, but I'm also going to be grinding them up off camera. It's, okay. Daniel, how much do you know about this game? Like, how much do you know about the storyline of this game? Because I don't want to spoil anything for you, okay? Not much other than Square Enix setting it up for... Okay. So, first thing I'm going to tell you, they did set it up not as well as they could have. Okay? The storyline itself could have used work. I will admit. It really could have used work. But the DLCs, I think, really made it a little bit more better. Because if I'm brutally honest, the DLCs themselves made the story a tiny bit more open-worlded. And the people who were making it, don't get me wrong, the people who were making it were doing a hell of a job. I mean, look at this suit. Look how well they made this suit. And that's not even counting all the other suits that Iron Man has to offer on this one. Like, look at all these suits, all right here. Comic-based, movie-based, even in-game based. And all being inclusive to how the character, this version of Tony is. They even brought the illustrious suit back from one of the original versions of Iron Man. And I'm just like, same goes for a bunch of other characters, right? And making the mistake, making Spider-Man. I think that's more along with Sony. If I'm going to be honest, I think that was mainly because of Sony. I think with Sony dealing with Spider-Man PS4 at the time, I think that's why they had it that way. I think it was a licensing issue when they had that, and Sony was having all it at the time, and I don't think they could have cut a deal. It was scummy. And they should have at least given Xbox players someone like at least Wolverine or one of the X-Men, personally. I honestly think giving the Xbox people one of the X-Men would have been a good choice. But at the same time, they couldn't do much. Because the executives at Square Enix were screwing this game over. But the people who were working on it really loved these characters. And they wanted to bring a game that where people could very easily have fun with it. And yet Spider-Man isn't console locked. I know. And I think that, I honestly think it was a licensing issue between Square Enix and Sony when Marvel's Avengers was having it. Like, I honestly think that's why it was having its problem at the time. And this one almost looks like the Ironheart armor. Like, this one nearly looks like the Ironheart armor, if I'm going to be so honest. But I honestly think they did really, really good. And there's War Machine. I love War Machine. I love the War Machine suit in this one. I'll be honest, the War Machine suit looks so good. It looks really good in this. I honestly think that with Marvel's Avengers, they just had a licensing issue and they couldn't just do how the fans wanted. And the executives were just screwing things over because they were... I think someone up there was a DC fan and hated Marvel. I'm going to be honest. I think that's why Marvel's Avengers was set up to fail like it was. But the people who were fighting this game, playing it, and the people who saw how much it was... Like, this game had potential. It really did. And yet, it's still doing better than Self-Deletion Squad. Yeah, she's no Tony Stark. Like, no offense, Ironheart's a good character from time to time. But, it's like, it's legit trying to say, like, Static Shock is just as good as Electro. It's just gonna make people mad. Like... Trying to replace someone as another character is just going to make people mad. It really does. It's not right. It's real stupid. And all it's going to do is make people angrier and angrier. Hello, I'm the health inspector. You guys have not made good on your OSHA violations. And I see a lot of OSHA violations. Best Showa era Godzilla character. Oh Lord, you're asking this as someone who doesn't watch a lot of the Godzilla stuff. Okay, I would have to say, besides Godzilla himself, probably King Ghidorah. It's either that or Mothra, if I'm going to be so honest. Because, in honesty, sometimes King Ghidorah can be a really good character. Like Marvel, like a bunch of Marvel comics writers hating many legacy characters, especially Frank Castle and Peter Parker gets way too much. Frank Castle, I can somewhat understand going through the suffering, although he does not need it. And I honestly like, okay, Punisher is a very unique case, but Peter Parker, they raw dog him with a cactus all the time. And Peter Parker needs a dang win where he's not just, where it's not like retconned or ruined or God forbid, completely just deal with the dang devil. Or having Mary Jane stolen or someone stolen by a certain alternate dimension homewrecker. And to be honest, I was happy seeing that one comic of New York City just going after Paul. He's paired with a new girlfriend called Webhead. Yeah, I heard that. And honestly, I think they're trying to backpedal when they're making that. Don't get me wrong. Spidey deserves a good girlfriend, but at the same time, they're also downplaying all the other women he pulls. Like Black Cat, Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, and a bunch of others. Like, don't get me wrong. And then there's Silk. Good Lord, what about Silk? It's just like, it seems like they're trying to backpedal to make a new character that will seem lovable. But in reality, they're just, he killed Paul Walker in the symbiote. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, I think that'd be the one few times that he just let the symbiote just go full out. Like, and that's why I hate more. It goes against Spider-Man's morals. Like, good Lord. They make Spider-Man go against his morals so often lately. Yeah, I saw it. It was quite graphic, not fun. I do not recommend it for anyone who's watching. If you're squeamish, don't. But it's just like, they keep raw dogging Peter Parker. And it's why I want to have Spider-Man 97 come back, but have it to where they finally find frickin' Mary Jane. Because we all know what happened in X-Men 97. Since so much of the comic accurate stuff from those shows came back. And I'm going to tell y'all, okay? Morph, since it's been a bit, Morph is an ingenious way of bringing in cameos. My goat of the show era is either Gideon, Hedora, or Megalon. And that's your opinion on it. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't, like, okay. Keep this in mind, okay? I grew up, this is how I grew up with Godzilla, okay? I watched one of the original movies, okay? The original movies with the suit stuff and all that stuff, okay? And then I grew up following that one Zilla movie. And I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about when I say Zilla. Some YouTube commentators have indicated that the panel was taken straight from Invincible. Ugh. Because Gigan and Megalon is one of the OG duos, and Hedora is a pollution monster. Yeah. But I'm just going to say this. I grew up with more Zilla, and when I saw more of how Monsterverse did Godzilla, and I saw more of the comics, I fell in love with that version of Godzilla. The unstoppable Titan. The one who is going to curb stomp your teeth if you say, I'm going to win. And I grew up on the original, and I grew up on two versions of King Kong, don't get me wrong. But Godzilla is a tough son of a gun. Oh, and Ballinat too. Ballinat is also one of Godzilla's guns. I've seen Ballinat. And I'm just saying this. Godzilla has a lot of enemies, and it is amazing that world is not destroyed. I'm going to outright say it's a miracle that world is not destroyed. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that, and I'm going to move, actually, you know what? I'm going to keep that, move that in. I want to, Okay, I'll keep that. I'm gonna keep that one. I need to move some room and I don't want to destroy anything, so I'm going to get rid of that one right now. I don't need to bring that up at the moment. Oh, Mega Megalon could be a hollow Earth creature. That would make sense. Like they should honestly be in there, and it would be cool if they were, especially if they were in the MonsterVerse. At least one of Godzilla's movies had Raymond Burr, Perry Mason, and James Hong. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put those in there. I'm going to leave those in there. I'm going to keep those in mind for later, unless something better comes along. Because I'm going to be honest, I need to up Iron Man's defense. Because look at the defense. 271. That's the lowest of all of these. Except for maybe the heroic. And for some reason, he just gets raw dog too much. Could be Ghidorah's right. That would be a good thing. That would be a good idea, but I think Godzilla would be more along the lines of Ghidorah's rival. I say that because of how good Ghidorah is for Godzilla as a rival. He is an alien versus species. He is not native to Earth. And because of that, he is very, and allow me to build, nerd. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Thank you for bringing the Homer Simpson joke. I appreciate it. And we're all nerds here, and you know that. Like Ghidorah's rival on a different planet. Maybe older rival and have him team up with Godzilla, maybe. But it's just like, I don't think... Unless they use the Kevin head, which I'm using the Kevin, I'm using the Kevin head. I'm naming it the Kevin head. If they somehow use that to bring him back, Ghidorah, I honestly don't see Ghidorah ever coming back. I think they've ended Ghidorah's career in planet conquering. If I'm going to be ever so honest. Like, I honestly think they completely ruined his run with Mechagodzilla. Because here's the way how I see it, okay? They made it a good way for Ghidorah to kind of have a little bit of revenge on Godzilla via Mechagodzilla. But at the same time, they could have really amplified that by acknowledging that Ghidorah was the one in control of that. And why Mecha they could have outright acknowledged it, you know? Like, it would have been such a cool feature. And then to have the head start regenerating at the end, okay? That is how I would have done it. Because they could have easily done that and made it even more apparent of how durable Ghidorah is. That even though Godzilla legit atomic blasted him to triple speed, ripped his heads off and ate him, that he was still able to survive because of that one head, it would have made things a lot more fun. You're familiar with Dave the Diver, right? A little bit. I've heard the name. I'm not real familiar with it. But that's what I would have done to ensure that I could bring him back. Ooh, Pin Particle. Pin Particle. Oh, Pin Particle. It's rockets. I'll keep it just in case. Oh, that's good for melee. Oh, okay. I'll bring that up for now. Basically, you catch seafood for seafood. Oh, right. Yeah, I do remember hearing about that. It was at the Nintendo Direct, right? Or why didn't they get the Summer Games Fest? Maybe Hedorah's backstory could be stay the same because it's from space. Maybe it could have. Yeah, possibly. That'd be a good idea at least. Okay. Now I'm going to get the mango missile. Because if I do that more than once, especially when I get the hyper reactor, I can get 10 more seconds and it can make it a lot more difficult. And the mango missile barrage can target up to 8 enemies with the mango missile. I'd like the disruption pulse, but I don't want to use the unibeam because that takes too much energy. I'm going to have this focus more on the mango missile because the mango missile is pretty dang powerful. And I'm going to reduce the intrusive attacks while using on the Hulkbuster. I get to do a lot more damage with the Hulkbuster because of it. The game had a collab with Godzilla. Yeah, I saw that. And Bayonets may stay the same, minus the whole Godzilla trapping in a volcano thing. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he already did that with Rodan. At least that's how I believe he did it. And I want, if we have another Godzilla movie, we need to have a backstory on that entire temple he was originally in. I'm honest with y'all. He needs to have a movie revolving around that. Because that is a whole movie in itself. Oh, got it. Oh. Started streaming 69 minutes ago. Nice. Yep. But honestly, that whole Hollow Earth situation where we saw Godzilla in the first movie against Ghidorah, we need to have a movie backstory about that. Because that would be... It would be so cool to see something along those lines of who built that place, why that was built, and what it was originally made for. Because I think it was made to serve Godzilla and the Titans. We need more backstory for the reptile. And it's probably why he was sleeping in the Coliseum in God's G versus K. Like GXK fighting the Scar King. Also, Titanosaur could be another Hollow Earth creature. Yeah. But I think if you add too many Hollow Earth creatures, you're just... I think you'd be downgrading how Kong has control, you know? Like, you make too many, and then it just starts making an issue like, how is there this many creatures on this Earth that are this big, this huge, and we're not just, like, overcrowded, you know? It's just, you have to use your characters wisely. But we need some story on what was inside that Earth, because I'll be honest, it is just there's a lot of stories they could do, and I really hope that the next Godzilla movie we get. And they need to give the Big G his own movie again. Like, seriously, they need to give him his own movie going up against a battle on his own without King Kong's help. Very strangely, Goddess of Victory, Nike, a gacha shooter game with androids that have exaggerated assets, is going to have a collab with Dan the Diver, complete with scuba suits and a mini game. Wow. Whoever is making Dave the Diver is surely talking to a lot of people. It's downright impressive. Not even Marvel can make that many. Theo! He's taking that long to... Wow. Shame on Theo. He was keeping him. It recreates the Dave the Diver experience. Maybe Gigan could come down looking for Ghidorah, trying to start something, then fights Godzilla, thinking he's Ghidorah's soldier, then he gets trapped in a place like Hulk. You know, that would sound good, and then the drill could come out, the ground, Gigan's holding place, post-credit scene, maybe. And the scuba suits are for the androids. Still, it's still a collaboration. And if it's not, someone's getting sued. You got that right. Bring it on, monkey butts. Bring it on. See, Hulk is using a lot more of the attacks that I use. He's playing like I would. And I'm not even in control of it. And this is why some people need to give Avengers a tiny bit of slack when it comes to the AI. Because the characters do start using the attacks like how you play it. If you start using Kamala more for range, Kamala's going to use more range. And it's small little details, but you notice it. It's a collab. Good. Like, they start using a lot more of the attacks that you use more often. And I personally love it. Yes, we do. And they're going to be eating a good amount of mangoes today. Oh, that's good for my heroic, but that takes down my punching a lot more. I'm getting rid of that. Gods of Victory Nike, pronounced Nikkei. Okay. Is from the same studio besides Stellar Blade. Ooh. Emergency stop! We got us an Adaptoid over here who's being too big for his britches. Take down the shield. I love the Mango Missile. The Mango Missile does so much damage in a short amount of time. It is hilarious. I can't believe Terry Bogard and my Shiruani are coming for Street Fighter 6. Ooh. Nice. Oh my. That goes good for my... Oh, that's good for my attack, but that... Oh. What about this one? I mean, yeah, that gives me more power attacks. I need to up my defense more. Look at that. It's at 250. That's lowest out of everything now. I really need to up that. There it is. I was about to say, where the heck is it? Da-na-na-na, da-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na. But yeah, my plan for Avengers with this, because I'm going to be hopefully streaming Fallout tomorrow. He loves yelling it, Tony. Hulk smash! Hulk smash! Hulk bash! Hulk crash! You can't help it. Capcom missed opportunities to make TMNT. Oh, they definitely did. Instead, they were overpriced costumes for... Yeah. They could have really done good with the TMNT. Like, okay, this is what I would have done with the TMNT one. 2007. That version of TMNT would have been perfect for Street Fighter. And I'm saying this because they were the most jacked versions of the TMNT besides Rise. Okay? 2007. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles counting off. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. That one would have been downright perfect for Street Fighter. Okay? because it had the most buff version of the. They're always in ninja mode. They would have been perfect for it, and it's a good version of the TMNT universe. And I honestly think that would have been good choice. Plus, it would have been nice to hear all those versions of the voices again. Had them playable in 2017 for Injustice 2. Yes, they did, and I loved it. Don't get me wrong, I love that version of TMNT too. But since it's Capcom, it would have been more it would have been more fan service if they did it in the way of how I just said, personally. Because a lot of people love that version of TMNT. A lot of people love 2001 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, myself included. Oh my lord. Ooh. Okay, so what I'm going to do, once I get the minor artifact, which is unlocked at level 15, I'm going to start adding more and more gems. Thinking Spyro over here. More crystals and isotopes in order to make my character stronger, because that's going to be a lot easier. So what do we need? We need 1 and 3. So it's on the other side, not on the other side. On the other side, Speedy, move it. Whew. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the block. I couldn't hear you over the smack. But if I don't stream tomorrow, okay, everyone, this is what's going to happen, okay? I'm going to have a small announcement at the end of this stream. And I want people to at least watch it because I have a small announcement about what's going to happen over the weekend, okay? And I want to make sure that everyone is aware of it in case I don't stream tomorrow. I need to take care of the hacker. No, you don't, monkey butt. At least I hope. Ah! I see that. Stop looking at my search history. My search history has been saved. Dang it. There we go. Okay, let's see how much this is. Ooh, that's good for the melee, but once again, I need more for that. I'm glad you're happy, Hulk. Maybe we can go out for scones later. Crazy how someone still streaming this game. I like it. I know it's not the most popular opinion, but I do like this game. Not just for the costumes, because I love playing this big guy right here. I love just going to town, and it's just fun to me. Glad to hear it, Travel. I hope you enjoy the stream, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope at least I make you laugh at some point. Thank you, Mrs. PA System. Okay, 3. Ow. Out of my way. I'm sorry. Did I ask for your opinion, Hive Mind? No? Yeah, I thought not. Proud of me. Oh, I love Tony's banter. Tony's banter is legit a treat. I love this game too. Kind of got me mad they got rid of the game. And yet the game is still... You can still purchase the game physically on game stores. Like, you can still purchase it physically. It's just digitally you have an issue with it. And honestly, Travel, it's still doing a lot... It still has much more lovable fan base than Self-Deletion Squad hurt the Justice League. So, that says something, doesn't it? Even though this game technically bombed, it still has a better fan base. And still treated its characters with more respect. Oh, no, he ain't. Get over here. I think I just saw a Twitter user. Oh, really? I did not know that. Thanks. You just helped me out. No problem. Like, the only thing that could save the that game, is if they somehow bring a DLC to save things. But I don't think they're going to be able to. Because at least with this game, it had a little bit more of a... It had its problems, and people were mad at it, but it's not like, oh, that's all it was. Yep. Back up. And eating time! Come get your mangoes! Come on! I got your mangoes right here. This is bringing in gender swap Mr. Free. No! No! Oh! Please tell me it's Nora and not actually Victor. If it's Nora, I can somewhat understand, but if it's not Nora, so help me. Like, that, it better be Nora as Mr. Freeze as an alternate universe. If it's not, oh my lord, I feel like I'm gonna puke. Why? Why? I try and stream this game at least once or twice. I try and have a little bit more diversity, Travel. Because I don't like just streaming one specific game for too long, then I get burnt out. Okay, so I had to come over here later. So 3 is over here. I try and stream this game as much as I can. I've already streamed a live blind playthrough of it. Of the main game, anyway. Over here. Like, if you want to see more stuff on my channel besides just Avengers, then feel free to. Where can you get into the game? Okay, so you can get it at GameStop, you can get it at Amazon, and you can also get it on just random places on the internet like Best Buy. Like, I was still... okay, I looked up for the PS5 version, and I can still buy the PS5 version at a Walmart or a Amazon if I wanted to. So you can definitely buy it on the online stores, just not the game stores where you can buy it digitally. Okay. Bring it on! Come on, come on. Get him down. Despite rewriting your character, Harley Quinn and Nora did Nora and Victor Freeze more justice. Okay, okay. Right for the head, right for the head. Come on, critical. Come on, critical. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't get the heal. Oh, so good. Oh, we got another one. Darn it. This is why I need to up Iron Man's armor. Like, dang. Like, his defense severely needs it. Woo! Where'd he go? They honestly should bring Captain Marvel to the game where more people stay. They would have. Why not bring in Mr. Freeze, who is still alive in Arkham Knight? Yeah. Yeah, they definitely should have. Also, Travel, I don't know why you retracted that message. They probably would have stayed more, but I also think if they added Wolverine into it too, they would have also stayed more. Because think about it, they already had a moveset for Black Panther. It would have just changed a little bit, but they would have easily been able to bring in Wolverine. I'll just let Hulk have his fun. He's such a happy little green boy. Did you have fun playing with your playmates, big guy? Like, don't get me wrong, Travel. This game, I have my grievances with it. I do. But at the same time, I love it for what it is. Because it did bring the Avengers into a good game like that was fun. Glitchy, but fun. Very glitchy, but fun. And thank you for your patience. Yo, PA system, I think Jarvis is single. People would have came for Wolverine. Yeah, to be fair, they definitely would have come for Wolverine. Like, if it was a contest between Wolverine and Carol Danvers, they would have stayed more for Wolverine, if I'm going to be brutally honest. With how the last Captain Marvel movie was, they would have stayed more for Wolverine. I will completely agree on that. They would have definitely stayed more for Wolverine. Because Wolverine would have been a lot more fun. And it also would have been fun to hear the banter between Cap and Wolverine too. Honestly, they could have did a lot of this game, because I think it was around the time they... Yeah, exactly. They honestly could have made a lot of different things with it. They could have done really well with it. Okay, I'm going to keep those. I'm going to put those away in the storage. Should have made an event where we were fighting Okay. Not Thanos. Because here's the thing. Thanos was already kind of used a lot. Let me explain this a little bit, okay? I would have loved it if they fought people like Annihilus from the Negative Zone, okay? Speaking of which, Jean Grey looks awful in the early build. They have time to fix it. But here's the thing with Thanos, okay? They've overused him lately. In both TV shows, comics, and in the movie. If they went up against someone like Annihilus, or say Galactus, that would have been more interesting. And I think Annihilus would have been a good breath of fresh air. And this is why I'm saying this. Thanos is a good villain for the Avengers, but he's an overused villain. Mainly because he is used so often, it is almost as tiring as how Darkseid is fighting the Justice League all the time. No, not Darkseid. Lex Luthor fighting the Justice League all the time. If they used Annihilus for this game, it would have made a lot more sense, and it probably would have made it a little bit more interesting. Because they were already teasing Ultron. With this game. And I would have loved to have an Ultron fight or have a Nihilus be brought in at some point. And then maybe have a world threat with Galactus where it teases him, but we end up not actually fighting him. It would have made things a lot more fun. Like, it would have made things a lot more interesting. And kept out of the hands of AIM. But yeah, that's exactly what I think about it. And even though this game is defunct, I have faith in it. Because I believe, and this is how I think about it. Okay, this is how I honestly think about it. There's enough demand in this game, for this game right now, that if people ask about it enough, we may be able to get a second game solely on the Kree invasion. Okay? Because this is how I honestly think about it, okay? There's enough people who love this game. Enough people who love it enough where if Square Enix wanted to, they could bring back this game, but make it a whole new game specifically on fighting the Kree invasion, and have it to where the whole storyline is fighting the Kree invasion. Okay, if they do that, and fix the problems that this had originally, yeah, man, you're 100% right. They could have made this game number one if they really... Well, it's not more if they really tried. It's more along the executives gave the developers a little bit more leg room. They did not get a lot of leg room. And by Lex Luthor fighting the Justice League, you mean leaving the Legion of Doom, right? Exactly. But I'm more on the lines of just Lex Luthor going solely out the entire Justice League. Like, you see that more than anything else. And I'm going to be honest, it is a little tiring seeing Lex Luthor just go up against all these heroes. Just like how Thanos goes up against Avengers all the time. But the only reason, Travel, this game got dogged the way it did is mainly because of the executives not giving it a chance. But there is enough demand of this game where there may be a chance for a whole new game of it and fighting solely the Kree invasion, because that's still a storyline that we still have not finished off yet. The Kree are coming to this world. We know it. We know it. Ultron is a thing. Loki is running around. Like, and then there's Claw. It's just, there's a lot they could do with it. There's a lot they can do if they made a second game. The potential is there. The potential is heavily there. And I also think if there's enough demand, and I think there can be, if they do it right, that it can make anything come out of this as real useful. Darkseid comes more conflict with the Justice League than Lex Luthor. You're right, but at the same time, it's more along the lines of how Lex Luthor constantly goes up against the Justice League, you know? Like, whenever they're on Earth, it's always Lex Luthor. It's always Lex. Always Lex. Always Lex on Earth. If it's not Lex, it's Darkseid. You barely hear of any other villains. Even Brainiac doesn't get that much screen time when it comes around the Justice League. And it's sad. But it's why that I think them not bringing in Thanos for this game was smart. It was a breath of fresh air in my mind. Because if you think about it, the Kree invasion, instead of just having the Skrulls, yeah, you're right. Joker 2. Joker 2. Joker 2. Joker's definitely a good example for a constant world threat. And Darkseid doesn't come to Earth very often. Exactly. It's just with Avengers, this game, and this is my defense for it. Them not solely making it about Thanos coming to Earth, destroying everything, it makes it so much more unique. To where you don't have to be tired about, oh, the big purple man with a glove is coming by. It makes things harder. It really does. And it makes it harder for this game to break that mold, but also gives it a breath of fresh air. And I honestly believe if they make a second game, or someone else picks up this title, they can make the second game all about the Kree invasion and Ultron, and have Ultron, Loki, like heck, Not even have the Kree as the main villain. Have Ultron as the main villain. I don't think Superman's villains work together as often as Batman's or Barely. You got that right. Superman's villains are all solo acts. There's only very few of them that tend to work together. I mean, look at Parasite and Metallo. But I'm honestly thinking of this. Okay, if they make a second game, this is how I would play it out. I would have the Kree invasion. I would have Carol Danvers coming to give them a warning that how far they're coming. I would have them fight AIM a little bit more. But then, as the Kree invasion starts, and as they're about to finish it, and they beat the Kree invasion, because they can beat it off like halfway, Ultron comes around and starts a whole new gear of problems. And it nearly breaks the Avengers, because then they start going after each other again. Not like how this story did, but basically how they do it is basically start blaming each other on the fact that they couldn't stop Ultron. And I know it's basically the same thing as how AIM is, but the way how I do it is that they start beating themselves up for not seeing this possibility, and Hank has to sacrifice himself after they lost. No. They don't lose against Ultron. They lose something big, like Hank. Hank would die because of Ultron. And then they would be able to bring Scott Lang as Ant-Man. This is how I see it would go. Because then Ultron kills Hank, or at the very least, captures Hank. Ultron destroys something very big and starts trying to annihilate Earth with the Kree tech. Him and Livewire, you got that right. And it would be so awesome for that, because it wouldn't focus on Kamala. And I'm not saying this because I hate Kamala. I'm saying it would focus more on the Avengers more as a team, not as Kamala as the main story protagonist. Because this story, Avengers, it mostly starred in Kamala. But if they made a sequel, it would be more of the Avengers as a whole team. There wouldn't be just one singular person leading the charge of the story. It'd be the whole team. And with Ultron as the threat, main threat, and maybe have a nihilist once or twice, it would make things a lot more interesting. Because I believe, like, there's many ways they could go about it. But Ultron taking control of Kree tech, that is a game. That is an interesting game. I'm just saying they hype that they had in the movies when they thought Thanos. I feel like it would have been the same hype too, because yeah, but here's the thing. It was hype for the movies because Thanos wasn't that used that much. After the movies, Thanos was overused. He was basically like a lemon being squeezed over and over again. There's times you have to take the spotlight off of one character, one villain, and then switch it to another big bad who could be just as equally as dangerous. Thanos is a heavy hitter, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, there are other villains who would be perfect for games and bigger threats than just having Thanos all the time. It starts getting boring after a while if you have the same villain over and over and over again. It's why this game not having Thanos as the main villain or having a big looming threat overall makes it very fun and unique. And it makes it to where it stands out more. And that's what's important for Avengers. That it stands out. If it stands out, there's a higher chance of it getting not just being seen as a MCU spin-off. And there needs to be things that are separate from the MCU. Look at X-Men 97. It is not connected to the MCU in the slightest, and look how well it's doing. You have everything based on one media for too long, it starts getting boring, and it starts losing revenue. After NetEase walked back on the non-disappearment clause for Marvel. Oh, Lord of mercy. I'm not even playing Marvel Rivals, and I don't even want to play it. Like, the way how the company's acting, good Lord. Like, no, I'm not playing. I am not going to play a game where you can't even give critical feedback. If you can't give feedback, you're being a spoiled brat with their ears going la 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 la. You guys can't see it, but I actually did plug in my ears. I actually did plug in my ears. Like, you can't expect a fan base to love your game if you're not going to take feedback. You don't take feedback, you're just going to be a whiny little baby. And then no one's going to take you seriously. And then you're going to be bankrupt within the week. All right. It's past 12 o'clock for me. Almost 1 o'clock. I need to get to bed soon. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight if I don't. So, here's what we're going to do, people. I'm going to switch to her because I got Iron Man at least up a little bit. No, they walked back on it. But yeah, they didn't stop. Daniel, they didn't shoot themselves in the foot. They grabbed a trident and impaled both feet. But here's what I'm going to do, people, okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream here. And I'm going to announce 2 things, okay? First off, there should be an animated video. One of the animated videos I have working up should be uploaded by tomorrow. At most. If it's not, then it should be uploaded on Sunday. There's going to be an animated video this weekend. If it's not, then blame my internet connection. There's going to be an animated video, and I'm hoping it gets up on time. Second, there will be... I'm glad you laughed at that, Daniel. I've been talking too much. I'm glad you found that funny. But there will be an animated video during this weekend if I can get it uploaded and if I can get it processed right. Second, there should be I will be releasing the public Discord for this channel at some point. And 2, I'm wanting to publicly apologize because if there's no streams this weekend, I don't want anyone to think I just gave up. There's a lot of things happening right now I cannot disclose, but there's just a lot happening at once. I need to make sure everything's in order. I love streaming. I love playing, and I love making any of you laugh and just talking shop. But I also love making sure I get things done personally. So I'm still planning to get an anime video up at the end of the week, at some point this week. And there should be, if I'm lucky, I should be able to have an update on some other games I want to stream. Because I still have to finish Skyrim at some point in Oblivion. I have to get on Sonic Unleashed at some point. I need to get a ton of games I need to get started on. Because if I don't, I'm going to be Boops the Clay Rabbit. Thank you. Thank you for booping this little clay abomination of me. That is me. And Travel, since you're new to the channel, I'm just going to say this. Since I know you're probably lost, watch the lore playlist. You'll get caught up a little bit more on why I'm talking like that. So, either way, I thank all of you for coming out. Anyone who's rewatching this, I hope you got a good laugh. I hope I was at least entertaining in the slightest. I hope to see you all next stream or video. And I wish you all... Oh no. Oh no. Ah! I just realized something. Why did no one tell me? The desktop audio, the game audio is gone. Why did no one tell me? Oh my... Why did no one tell me? Ah! Has it been like that the whole stream? Has it been like that? Oh my lord. Well, it's not a Speedy Springtrap. It's not a Speedy Springtrap stream without something going wrong or something getting fouled up. Oh no! Dang it, Speedy! This is what happens when I stop streaming for a while. I lose my mojo and I start making mistakes. I was too tired to bring it up. Darn it! You guys can't see it right now, but I'm holding my face so hard right now. I feel so stupid. I feel so stupid right now. I try to be professional. I really do, guys. I try. Either way, I'm painting a mental picture of you face palming. It's just that meme. It's just a meme of me face palming. That's all it is. It's just me face palming. Like it's just a picture of my character face palming. That's what it is. Either way, guys, I hope to see y'all in the next video or stream. I will have the desktop audio on this time, and you will hear it this time round. Oh, Lord. I'm going to be kicking myself tonight. I hope you all have a great night. I'll see you all next time. Bye, Scuff Rabbit. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Y'all have a great night. Stay safe, my golden viewers. Mental health is very important. Take care of yourselves.